Welcome to everyone to another video, and thank you so much for clicking on it. Today we're going to talk about the Vargo-S. Now let's hop right into the base recoil here. Breaking it down, this weapon has a very similar pattern to that of the Volkssturmgewehr in the sense of its initial kick. So today we're going to focus on addressing that, which based on the testing, we went ahead and discovered that the stipple grip tape, which tends to be the best attachment that controls initial recoil, conflicts with some recoil control attachments, especially Hardscope. However, you won't be needing that today based on the builds we're going to talk about. So without further ado, let's hop on right into them. So for the 45 round build here, we're going to be running the Mercury Silencer, the Mirzoyan 414mm custom barrel, the M1941 hand stop. You can really choose anything you like here, the Carver or the M1930, because they're very similar. The bipod is of course the best if you crouch or prone, but just for consistency's sake, let's go with the M1941 hand stop. 6.5mm Sakura 45 round drum, of course lengthened because it's one of the few attachments that gives extra bullet velocity. Stipple grip tape for that initial kick, whatever sight you prefer. The Mirzoyan custom SK2 stock or the Nazarian padded SL stock, whichever one of these is fine and actually gives you good control. This one will give you a little bit of a higher vertical, but you can just work your way around that. The vertical part isn't too hard to control anyway. And then for the perk 2, you can run on hand and or fully loaded, whichever one you prefer. For perk 1, you can run a lot of different options to make sure that you stay away from Hardscope, because Hardscope gives you back that initial kick that the weapon's recoil naturally has. So you're pretty much canceling all the other attachments by putting this on. So make sure you stay away from that. You can run steady for them some ADS firing movement speed, shrouded for aim walking movement speed. Icy Veins is actually extremely strong, because once you get hurt, you're gonna start getting a zero recoil pattern until your health starts rejuvenating. So this is a very strong perk. It's just very conditional. Unmarked, I'm not really sure how this one works. And Vital is the one that's gonna essentially reduce your TTK. And going with this for this weapon is actually a good option if you're aiming for center mass. So this is the build for the 45 round Vargo-S. So for the 30 round build here, we're going to be running the MX Silencer or the Mercury Silencer. Either one of these is actually perfectly fine. The Mirzoyan 414mm custom barrel again, M1941 hand stop, the 8mm Mauser 30 round mag, lengthen for that extra bullet velocity, stipple grip tape for that initial kick, whatever sight you prefer. The Mirzoyan custom SK2. In this build specifically, you do want to stick with this stock, because if not, you're going to get that initial kick with the other stocks. So make sure you choose this one. Perk 2 on hand or fully loaded, and for perk 1 the same scenario. Vital will help your TTK as you saw in the previous chart, and so you can go with anything except Hardscope once again, because Hardscope will give you back that initial kick, so make sure you stay away from that one. And there you have the 30 round mag Vargo-S. So for the 60 round build, we're going to be running the Mercury Silencer or the MX Silencer. Either one of these is perfectly fine because the difference in recoil pattern is negligible. The Mirzoyan 414mm custom barrel, once again, this is pretty much the only option. The M1930 Strife Angled, I really liked how this one reduced the overall horizontal kick, because this specific magazine, the 60 round which we're running here, gives you a weirder overall pattern, so bear that in mind. Lengthen for that extra bullet velocity, the stipple grip tape for that initial kick, whatever sight you prefer. The Mirzoyan custom SK2. You can actually go with the Nazarian padded SL as well, so it's just a matter of counteracting your pros and your cons, but this one is pretty good here. And then for perk 2 on hand or fully loaded, and when we're reaching perk 1, you can actually use Hardscope for this weapon. However, what happens with Hardscope here is it doesn't increase your initial kick as it does for the other builds, but it does accentuate the curvature within the pattern itself, so you're gonna get a wonkier pattern horizontally. And to be honest, you don't really need to worry much about the percentage of vertical control this gives you. So I would go for Vital, which gives you a faster TTK, and that's really what normally will make you win gunfights. This doesn't have a lot of recoil by itself, so this will be, I consider, the best option for you to run for the 60 round Vargo-S build. So this weapon seems like it was intentionally made for those sort of long-range fights within the small map rotations, but maybe Raven wanted to present a weaker version of it and then buff it little by little, which is kind of what they're doing with the weaker weapons of Vanguard, like the Volkssturmgewehr. But we'll have to wait and see what attachment adjustments or what adjustments overall to the weapon happen. But Let me know in the comment section if you have this weapon already and if you were surprised and thankful for such an easy unlock criteria of 15 close range kills. I know it's bugged for a lot of people, so hopefully you're able to get that sorted out and Raven can fix it as quickly as possible so you can get your hands on it as well. But if you haven't seen how much Season 4 Reloaded changed the former long range recoil, then go ahead and click on the video at the end to see a before and after for those changes. But with nothing else left to say, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and through it all, I hope you always remember Sauce Time Gaming. Oh, if you're asking yourself, but Sauce, there's another magazine type, the .30-06 38 round mags. Well, that magazine's trash.